Big story we're breaking at this time. This is from the Supreme Court of India, where the court is going to hear the Maharashtra petitions on the Sena symbol war on its merit, and it's not going to be sent to a large bench. No referral to larger bench for now is what we are hearing from the Supreme Court of India. Remember, the symbol war has been an ongoing one between the two factions of the Sena and the Supreme Court to hear this matter. However, this is not going to go into another bench. The court is going to hear the petitions on the Sena symbol war on its merit, and it's not going to be sent to a larger bench is what we've been given to understand. No referral to a larger bench as of now is what we know. Supreme Court says the issue of whether reference is needed or not can't be considered isolated from facts of the case. The batch to be considered for consideration on merit is on the 21st of February. The court is going to start hearing, Anisha, the detailed argument on merits in the Maharashtra case from the 21st of February is what we are telling, and the issue of referral to a larger bench has been kept open. What does this really mean?
Well, Sneha, at the moment what it means is that all the issues in Maharashtra politics will now be considered by the Supreme Court. The Apex Court has very clearly said that we cannot consider the legal issue in isolation. We need to see the ramifications and the impact of what has happened in the Nabam Rabia case to the real politics of Maharashtra. And this is a comment that they had made yesterday as well, that there are issues of real politics involved, that there are, when we talk about, and this is something that Mr. Sibal, Mr. Kaul had also raised, on both sides this argument had been raised, that when it comes to actual on-ground reality of politics, the legal principles are may or may not actually be implemented, and that is why now the court has said very clearly that the issue of referral of Nabam Rabia cannot be taken in isolation. We'll have to see the merits of the case itself, on whether the Nabam Rabia judgment has had an effect on the fact of this particular case needs to be considered. So effectively from 21st of February, Sneha, we are going to see detailed arguments on the merits of the petitions, which means that the Uddhav Thackeray faction and the Eknath Shinde faction will both get a chance to also talk about what happened in Maharashtra. Over the last 3 days, of course, we had seen arguments on this issue. They had gone into the merits of the matter partly as well. They had gone into how the timeline of the notices that had been sent by the Shinde faction MLAs, they had gone into the timeline of the disqualification applications that were sent in by the Uddhav Thackeray faction. But now the court is saying that we'll have to look into it in detail. We'll have to hear these issues on merit in detail. Because remember, this is not an isolated issue of legal interpretation of the law. This is about how the law translates to actual practice, because we have seen multiple instances of MLAs jumping ship, of speakers misusing their powers, of the push and pull between various factions of parties, of the horse trading, the reality of horse trading that happens in Indian politics, that has happened in several cases over the last few years. And that is why the court has said that they will have to look into the merits of the matter specifically. Now, what will that entail really? Let's take a look at what will that entail really. One, what was exactly the timeline of the notices that were sent by the Shinde faction MLAs saying that they want to initiate the no confidence motion against the speaker and deputy speaker. Secondly, the court will have to see the decisions that were taken by the speaker and what impact they would have had on the politics of Maharashtra. Thirdly, they would have had to see whether the restriction imposed on the speaker by the 27 June verdict of the Supreme Court, where they had said that you hold your hand when, as far as it comes to these disqualification petitions, what impact did that have on the actual politics of Maharashtra?
Anisha, we'll of course keep coming back to you for more details on that. Yes, all of that has to be considered in terms of referral of larger bench also is concerned, is what Anisha is telling us from the Supreme Court of India.